I make the best jollof in Ghana anyways. Anytime you guys touch down, I got you. But definitely, yes, my favorite food. And it doesn't help when I'm on diet because I see jollof and bro, it's crazy.
The man, the myth, the legend, checking in all the way from Ghana today. It's Sarkodie. Welcome.
Thank you so much, brother. Appreciate it.
Absolutely. Hey, thanks for coming on the show. It's been a long time coming. I've been a fan of your music for a long time. I've been involved, tapped in, listening, and now we're all excited for the upcoming album, Jamz. So let's start there. What can fans expect?
Yeah, I think that's my 8th project, and I thank God for seeing me through this long journey. So the whole project is very, very, if I should use colors, it's very colorful. I see beauty, I see loads of good melodies, just feel good vibes, positive energy. And I'll be super inspired by where Afrobeat is at this point. And I think it's only right that we that pioneered it, we still keep it, strong. Because we're in a great space at this point. So the project, I can say, is dominated by Afrobeat, just great vibes, good music. And you hear the name for yourself, it's Jamz. Everything is a jam, basically. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And then Jamz, it's going to be out the 11th of November. You said it's a compilation of songs like your favorite playlist. So if it was my first time hearing Sarkodie, which song would you say I should listen to first?
You guys are going to make me spill everything now.
Gotta try.
Yeah, my personal favorite, I have like 3 songs that I really go to. First one, we might change the title, but at this point it's called Labadi. And then we have one called She Bad. And then Better Days, which that's a bit of the only kind of like hip hop ish Afrobeat. Better Days, that's the only hip hop rap base that is still Afrobeat commercial type of music. But I'll definitely go for She Bad. That record is like a good summer vibe, driving, radio sound, just beautiful melody. So definitely that would be the first go to. But I think on the project that would be like the second song on it.
We'll be keeping an eye out for that for sure. Now, one thing that all of the fans on social media really wanted to know about, and you don't have to spill the beans on it yet if you're not ready to, but they all want to know, are you collaborating with any artists or rappers who are from outside of Africa?
Yeah, so what has been happening over the years, which I think you guys are in the industry, so you know how it goes with collaborations and how to be able to get it done smoothly. Because as far as talent is involved, I've worked with a couple people, but sometimes it's hard to get through to get these clearances, from these labels. Because I'm an independent artist, so when I do features, it's a go. I just say go with it and that's it. Most artists, there's a lot of steps that you have to go to. So not to bust the fans' bubble, but I know the fans really wanted Sarkodie to really like do huge collaborations, which I love as well. But it's just based on if I love the talent, I work with them. I've worked with a couple people, but few I was able to get clearance for. Some no. Some that I was excited about, I wasn't able to. That's why it's been taking a long time. People don't understand why. The business is a bit different now. Like a lot of people, you have to go through steps. But yes, lots of collaborations because I'm not too much of a singer. So Afrobeat is really based on singing. So obviously, I'm going to have a lot of people singing for me. So I think it's just only 2 records that was just basically just Sarkodie. All the rest has somebody on the hook. People, my friends in Nigeria, in Jamaica. I think that's I had like 2, 3 American artists, but then it was too tough. We had to drop that. It's hard. I hope I can still release it, but it was just too hard to be able to get it on a project. But I still had to go because I need to give the fans something to listen to. But yeah, good collaborations. Yes.
Okay, and speaking of collaborations, I know you've shared the stage with quite a few people that we would know by name. So who is one legend and one current artist that you would love to share the stage with this time around?
Jay-Z.
That's a good one. Very good one.
Because I think he represents everything that we all hope for and dream for. Because rap is a very, I don't want to say is, but it seemed to be a very short-lived type of career. But he has pushed the boundaries for us to believe that, there's still more time. As much as you think you might be old, Jay makes you feel like you're young. You know, he makes you feel like there's more time and calm down and just take it easy. So yeah, that's a legend that we all look up to, and I wouldn't mind sharing the big stage with such a legend.
Now, I've seen your name pop up on a couple of music festival lineups here in the United States. So you're starting to make inroads here on the other side of the Atlantic. And I'm very excited about that. I wanted to ask, what are some of the differences, in your opinion, between the American rap scene versus the African rap scene?
I don't really think it's that much of a difference. It's still kind of like black music, and anytime I'm out there in the States, I still see my people. It's the same. Obviously, it's language barrier that we will have to, people will have to figure out what you're saying to be able to enjoy. But then I found a way to make my style sonically pleasing for you to enjoy it, you know. So that I get away with. But that is the only difference I think I see. The fact that we can't understand what you're saying, but we feel you. If we could understand 100%, that would be a plus to that. And for the art itself, I think it's quite similar. There's no difference. What my guys out here in Ghana, in Nigeria, in Tanzania, South Africa, I think we're doing great hip hop, great rap music. That's the same thing I see in the States. I don't see too much difference.
You've said before that to experience what you're saying, you don't need to understand what I'm saying. But is there one particular line that you've written that you are most proud of? And maybe you could translate it for us if it's not in English?
Oh, that's why I've been rapping for a decade. I need to go into the archives or something. That's crazy. But I have like I say a whole lot. That's why Ghanaians are really into Sarkodie, because I say stuff that as human, it hits you in the soul. Like I say stuff that people think, people feel, how people live. So I can say most of my lyrics, if translated, people really appreciate it more if they don't understand what I'm saying. Those people, that target, that are not necessarily Ghanaians, if they could understand. So I think, because I came from a background where I had to study life, I had to grow quicker. So I'm saying stuff that even as a child, I was saying like stuff that even adults did not have an idea about. So it's all deep lyrics, stuff that you have to like, it has to sink in for you to understand. So I can go on and on when I have to pick lyrics, but what I can say is holistically, my style and my lyrics and everything I say, if translated, it's going to be crazy. But probably when we're having a conversation, I'll find something. I'm still thinking about something, but it's a whole lot.
Okay, just throw it out if it comes to you.
Anytime. Now, you've been nominated for and won a lot of awards, both at home in Ghana and internationally. You kind of represent your home country in a way as a frequent best international artist in a lot of these award shows. Does that, I know your last studio album was called No Pressure, but I have to ask, does representing your country on a global stage add to the pressure that you feel as an artist?
I won't lie, sometimes it kicks in, but at the end of the day, I think you work best. The reason why I named my last album, No Pressure, is it's like a cheat code for me. Like I say no pressure just to be able to take off the pressure. Because I think when you put too much pressure on you, sometimes you might go off track what you're really focusing on. And I've been able to sail through for this long, not because I had necessarily a plan, but then I just kept going because I love what I was doing. And that's how come I got everything I got. So I never want to lose that bit of me where I'm focusing too much on what is expected of Sarkodie, and then I fall off track. So yes, I notice it. I recognize it. I know that people expect, as soon as they say Ghana, they're thinking few names, and I pop up as well. So yeah, I can see that pressure. But at the end of the day, when it has to do with execution, I don't apply that pressure. I don't notice it because I have to go at my own pace to be able to bring the best out of me. You know, when you listen to this new project, you get to realize, as much as it falls into a commercial type of music, it wasn't intentional. I just love music. I just do music for how I love it. I just love the melodies. I love the style. Then I end up having a banger. So to answer your question, I just try not to put pressure on myself organically. Then I'll make my music.
I know you're not on TikTok a lot, but I did see that you made a TikTok with that crying filter about being on a diet. So what is the one food that Sarkodie can't live without?
Jollof.
What is that?
Jollof rice.
Jollof.
Jollof rice.
Ah.
Have you heard of it?
Yeah, to try that. Like ever since ever since I started tweeting about you and stuff, people are like, come to Africa, I'll make some jollof for you. I'm like, oh, trip.
That's like one of our best dishes. And so the biggest is beautiful how, you know, the world might be fighting over other stuff, which is not cool. But just on a funny side, when you look at Africa, when you take Ghana and Nigeria, and we're having fights, and all the fights we're having over is who has the best jollof. That's crazy. You know, the war that we are having here, myself and my brothers, is who has the best jollof. But just before you guys taste any of it, make sure the first time has to be from a Ghanaian, because you don't want to miss the original taste of jollof.
Yeah.
What Nigerians are doing is the idea of jollof. It's not what jollof is. I'm just give you that disclaimer. So don't go mess up your whole vibe tasting a Nigerian jollof. It's Ghanaian jollof, and trust me, I make the best jollof in Ghana anyways. Anytime you guys touch down, I got you. But definitely, yes, my favorite food. And it doesn't help when I'm on diet, because I see jollof and bro, it's crazy. Yeah.
I totally get it. I would travel for food, so I totally get
Yeah,
it.
Absolutely.
you have to try it. Yeah,
If we find ourselves in Accra at some point, absolutely.
definitely, definitely.
All right, now I want to ask you a serious question here, because there's been a lot of talk in the hip hop world here in America, especially in LA, about PNB Rock and about artists who have been, essentially they've been just living their normal lives, and violence reaches them, and it cuts short a beautiful life, a beautiful career. It's really sad stuff to see. So in your specific case, you don't have to comment on PNB if you don't want to, but what are you doing to put people's minds at ease? What are you doing in your own life to make sure that you don't get caught lacking? Because let's face it, they're after everybody.
I think everything is to me. Everything is energy, and what you focus your energy on is exactly what you're gonna get. And I think it's only right that we start promoting what rap could do, because rap is one of the few genres that people actually listen to and take word for word and try to like concentrate on what you're saying. And I think it's only right that we use our platform to channel people's energy into a positive one. So when you listen to my music, what I preach about, there is no way that will make a listener think otherwise, if not positive. So I get it. It's sad. It's sad that it's happening, because we put it on the whole hip hop thing and the rap thing, that you have to. Because in Ghana we have beefs as well. People have issues here and there, but I think music is actually also a big tool that can bring people together. So I try my best in my own way to push a different type of message through my rap career. Of course, everybody brags about being the best or whatever, but I think my core message has been about giving hope to the youth, telling the people that everything is all right. It's going to be okay. I came from the streets as well. I was selling on the streets. I had nothing. I believed in what I believe in. That is rap music, and then it got me here. So I tried to push that same message, which I think a lot of people should be able to do, to change a whole generation perspective about what hip hop is really about, to kind of like eliminate that type of negative energy from the upcoming generation.
Very well said.
So we've actually seen, like Waters was saying, like we've seen firsthand that you've got very loyal, very active fans on social media, aka Sark Nation. So if you could say just one thing to them, what would it be?
I love it to bits, and not because I'm here, but I have the most loyal fan base. Let me not get ahead of myself. Let me say in Africa. Soon I think we're going to take over the world, because these guys they're just everything. You guys probably you're feeling it from them on social media, but this is how aggressive they are. I got a lot of accolades because of them. I was able to land myself in certain interviews because of them. I got a whole lot because of them. And it started organically, because when I was coming up, I didn't have, because I was doing typical hard rap. And in Ghana, in Africa as a whole, we're used to dance music. So it was really hard for me to dominate. And to blow my horn for a second, if you do your checks in Afrobeat, it's hard to find a rapper. And I'm literally like the only, yes, we have some rappers, but we're talking about with following and people, you being a force to reckon with in Afrobeat, it has to be me. But then I came in with a following that is very loyal. And then these guys turn up to my show every 25th of December, sold out. We're about to have one big festival in Tema. I'm announcing this is fresh. They don't know that this is coming. So Sac Nation, we're having a festival. So again, I get very like emotional when you speak about my fan base, because these guys literally got everything that Sarkodie is today, and they made me. That's literally my management team. That's my team organically. So big shout out to Sac Nation. I really do appreciate, love you from my heart. I've said it, and I just always have to repeat it. I really do appreciate what you guys have done for the brand, and there is more to come. Get ready for Jamz.
Absolutely. And we really appreciate you for the time too. It's great to jump on, get some questions answered, get some hype going for Jamz as well. That is what we've got our eyes on. So, I mean, I don't want to say congratulations in advance because it's not out yet, but I have a feeling you've got a real banger on your hands.
Appreciate. Thank you so much.